Okay, so in this video, I just basically want to tell you about the UI section here. You're going to see a lot of repetitive stuff here. I'll tell you, but um, I created a bunch of scripts just to make things quicker and easier to do things. You know, for example, align position X, Y, choose type. So if I have two objects, the sphere. Let's say I take that. I want to align this position to this position, and I want to choose how. So I just run the script, pick the object, and then I can say from minimum to maximum, align. It's real simple. Same thing for all the other aligns here. They all work the same way. Unless you choose one that's like this, like align position XYZ pivot to pivot. So I've got this here, rubber band, and boom, it just does it. I don't have to sit there and run the dialogue. So that's pretty good. Same thing with rotation and scale. Now, file IO, save, increment, move current to work in progress. So what happens is you have an object, and while you're working, you quickly want to do a save. And the format that I save my file names is like this, okay? Basically, it's the name underscore, the whole file name, whatever you want it to be. And then underscore is version 01 underscore 00 dot max. Now what will happen is if you hit save increment, it'll change this to this, 2 or 3 or 5 or 10, just the next number. But if you save version increment, what it'll do is it'll change this to the next number, so in this case 2, and put this to 1. Real easy, real obvious. The only thing is you need to have it in this format right here. Okay? Underscore the version number, underscore the increment number, like that. Okay? Now when you hit the button to save, like either one of these hotkeys to save, it'll save it in the directory you're in, and then it'll create a WIP directory and move the old one there. So there's only one file in that directory. All of the increments, the prior increments and versions, are in that work in progress directory, which is an offshoot of your current directory. That way, only one file exists in that directory. Okay. You'll see how it works once you start using it. Freeze all control objects, def objects, link objects, mesh objects, scale objects, slice objects. It's all part of my renamer. This way it'll just hide those. Now, inheritance position, you can see toggle X, Y, Z, blah, blah. That is because you cannot do these things on multiple objects. So if I select these two, you'll notice that the inheritance goes away. All right? Only one object you can change with inheritance. This way, if you have multiple selected, you can say inheritance position Y off. So if I pick that, you'll see Y is off for both of these. Okay, so those are all the inheritance toggles and stuff. And you can see lock, unlock. These all correspond to XYZ lock, rotation, move, and scale. Okay, so these scripts are just quick ways to do this. If I hit K, I lock everything. If I hit Alt K, I unlock everything. Very simple. That's these two right here. Okay. So that's inheritance. Random wire color changer. This comes in real handy. I got the idea from John Burnett. He had something similar, and I just tweaked it a little bit to work in the way I wanted it to. So if I do that, you'll notice those selected objects will randomly change their wire colors. Okay? So let's do that. Okay. All right, select filter. These all these all correspond to these filters right here. Okay. Show frozen gray on and off. Toggle frozen gray. So if I freeze these right here, I'm thinking differently. I was thinking this actually. So let's do that. Whoops. See, these are frozen now, but they're not gray. Okay, so if I unfreeze them, select them again, and then run that again, show frozen gray on, and then let's go ahead and freeze these again. Frozen. That's it. Very simple. UI animation range. Uh-oh. I got to delete that. That's like a duplicate of the other tool that I already have. And I have to think about that. Oh, you can see the difference here. Okay, now I remember. Is I took the slider off. That's the only difference. So you just have the hotkeys and the save and load ranges and key and frames. Okay. Let's see. UI gizmo rotation increments. You can change those. Hide BIP objects. Hide selection or sub-object selection. These are real self-explanatory. UI renamer floater. That's an older version of the renamer that I already have. I'm just leaving it there in case somebody needs it. Toggle X-ray for objects. I mean, these are all very self-explanatory. Zoom selection to back view, zoom out to. These are all real obvious. So you can either go to the back view or back view and then it'll zoom out twice. Unfreeze and unhide all these different types of objects. Wire color slider. So if I do that and then let's run this, I can, do that and actually get the wire color out. I totally forgot I even wrote this script. I never even use it. So if you use it, let me know. If it needs to be fixed, tell me. I never use it, so I don't know. Wire color object gradient. So I'm going to select these in order. Oh, now I know what. Okay, so there we go. So let's say I've selected them in that order, and I say blue. It'll wire color them in a blue gradient. Green, magenta, red, yellow. Okay. So it just allows you to change, give them a nice gradient across the objects you have selected. And that comes in handy, especially when you're dealing with bone chains, to make them a little more clear so people can see what you're doing. So if I select these in order, like this, see, and I say red, you'll see how they are, gradually going from a dark red to a bright red. Okay. And wire color copier. So let's say I want to make this that color. I just double click and say bing, and it copies that wire color. That's it. So a lot of quick little tools to make your life a little easier. That's all. Got one more section left called wrap, and I will cover that in the next video. I don't even know what that is. Thank you.